I didn't want to get hyped for Wardogs. I really didn't. I try not to get hyped for games these days because I feel like we've all been burnt too many times. You watch the trailers, you hear the promises, you start imagining what the game is going to feel like, and then the game comes out and it doesn't quite hit the way you hoped. But after watching some recent Wardogs gameplay, I had one of those moments where I paused the video and thought, I actually can't wait for this game to come out. And that worries me a little bit. Not because the game looks bad, it's the opposite. It's because my brain has already started filling in the gaps and imagining how good this game could be. You know, the squad play, the supply runs, the money system, the risk, the overall progression. And that is the thing that really grabbed me. It's not just that Wardogs looks like another tactical shooter. It looks like it might be doing something I really want from tactical shooters. A proper reason to keep playing long term. That is one of the biggest things I keep thinking about when I play Arma Reforger. I really like Arma Reforger. I've been playing a lot lately. But there's always this question in the back of my mind. What am I actually working towards? In Arma, once the match is over, it's basically wiped. You start again, same as everyone else. And I understand that. It's the game is more about the experience. It's about the match itself. It's about the stories you create inside the sandbox. But even though I enjoy that, I still find myself wanting something that lasts after the match ends. I want that feeling that the last hour went towards something on my account. And that is where Wardogs has really caught my attention. Wardogs has this persistent progression, leveling unlocks, and an economy built around earning and spending money. You spend money on your gear, then you try and earn it back and build yourself up over time. So there is this risk attached to what you bring in and what you do. That immediately makes the gameplay more interesting to me. Because now it's not just, did we win the fight? It's also, was that worth the risk? Can I afford to lose this gear? Do I push the objective or play it safe? Do I spend money now or save it? Do I help someone else because there's actually a reward for it? That kind of system gives every decision a bit more weight. Another thing I liked when watching the gameplay video was that they didn't seem overly stressed about losing their gear. They, were definitely trying to revive and survive in the moment, but I didn't get that sense of gear fear that I imagine will come with spending money on your loadout. They looked like they were just having fun. However, I think it could feel very different when it's your own account. Your money, your gear, your progression, your time. If you keep going negative game after game, that could definitely affect how much fun you're having, but at the same time, that risk might be exactly what makes the game feel alive. I've also heard playtesters talking about interesting systems. Apparently, when you're down, you can put out a bribe for people to revive you. So instead of just waiting and hoping a medic comes over, you can basically offer extra money for someone to come and get you. I think that's a really cool idea because now, being a medic, you might choose to make a dangerous run because there's extra cash in it. Or you might choose one down player over another because they're offering more. You can also tip people for helping you. So if someone revives you, transports you, drops you off somewhere as a pilot, you can tip them. That sounds small, but I think it could do a lot for teamwork. It's another layer that connects the economy to the team play. The other thing I really want to know about is the supply system. Because I'm very used to running supplies in Arma. I've done a lot of supply runs, hundreds at this point. So when I hear Wardogs has supply choppers or players moving resources around the map, I immediately want to know how deep that system goes. What are we actually transporting? I've heard mention of players supplying things like ammo and medical supplies to the front line. So, do we have to buy those supplies? Is there a general supply for the bases like in Arma? Can players control the flow of supplies? Can the enemy disrupt it? Can you make a real impact by targeting supply lines? Because that is the stuff that can make a tactical game feel bigger than just, shooting people. If Wardogs can combine that kind of team-based gameplay with actual personal progression, then that is very interesting to me. That is the balance I keep thinking about. On one hand, I like games like Arma because the match itself is the reward, the realism, the teamwork, the communication, the unpredictable moments. On the other hand, I still want progression. I still want unlocks. I still want something that stays with me after the match ends. And maybe that's why Wardogs has me so interested. It looks like it could sit somewhere between those two things, a tactical shooter with team play, logistics, risk, money, gear loss, and long-term progressions. Now, time will tell. Maybe the game comes out and the systems don't feel as good as they look. Maybe the economy is too punishing. Maybe the progression isn't as deep as I'm hoping. I don't know. But from what I've seen so far, I can feel myself getting pulled in. And I think there's a bigger question here than just does Wardogs look good. The bigger question is, do tactical shooters need that progression? Is great moment-to-moment gameplay enough? For some games, maybe it is. But for a lot of players, I think progression matters. It gives you a reason to come back. It gives you a reason to keep playing after a bad session. It gives you something to work towards. And if Wardogs can take that feeling and combine it with tactical gameplay, team play, supply runs, and player-driven moments, then yeah, I'm definitely interested. I didn't want to get hyped, but I think I am.